Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of EXAPUNKS. I turned down the music volume after looking over some of the past episodes where it seems like the music level is not the same for all soundtracks. I don't know. Some of the levels, the music was comparatively loud and it was a little hard to hear me. I don't know how many episodes, so sorry if you've been struggling to hear me for weeks. I don't know. I've been marathoning this game, recording many episodes and then not really looking back over them. So, oh well, whatever. I hope it's been fun. Anyway, so let's move on. We unlocked the second zine, and so I suppose we will be doing some things with it soon. Here, we're going to a TV station and competing with an opponent for control over it. Our opponent is and is actually labeled NPC. That's interesting. So it suggests that there may be some way to battle against non-NPCs, i.e. other player characters in the future. You're gonna join in on a hacker battle? But you never say anything in the chat room. Oh, that's down here. I just lurk these days, yeah. I guess the only thing that really matters is your ability. Sure. It's a nice ideal. So, what does it have to say here? To win this battle, you must make your movies play for longer than your opponents. A movie will play when that movie's file is the only movie file sitting in a channel host. Gain 1 point every cycle for each of your movies that is playing. Files 210 and 211. We have two channels up here, okay. Lose 1 point every cycle that a movie file that isn't yours is held by an EXA you control or is sitting in your host. Okay, so you're strongly disincentivized to just like carry around the enemy files. Clearly, like you. Okay, so your play is the only one in a host. So, if your opponent has put a file into one of these hosts, clearly the only way to get more points is to pick it up and move it away. I assume we're not allowed to just delete it, are we? Actually, I don't see anything that would stop us. Why can't I just pick up the enemy files and delete them? Okay. And so we also lose points for what is channel 7, 9? Oh, I see, there's 3 channels. And we own only 2 movies. Huh. Okay. And it says see hacker battle domination in the zine. So that's the second. Alright, we have this games issue. Or wait, does it say the first zine? In the second issue, okay. Hacker Battle Domination, page 4. There's a new craze sweeping the underground, a kind of head-to-head hacker sport called cybersport, or whatever. Hacker battles. Okay. You connect to a network, you upload your X's, and then do stuff. There's a scoring system. There's a cycle limit. Oh yeah, we glanced over this earlier in the last episode. Okay. So there's a time limit and you're only allowed so many X's and files. Where does it? Okay, so we each, in this mission, we each get 3. I've just checked. You guys can't see it, but that's 3. So you can only have a total of 3 between all of your files and exes in the network at once. Since we have 2 files, we'll probably be doing everything we can with just 1 exe and not going crazy with more. One final tip. Files will be moved around, develop for flexibility, and try to figure out what to do about runtime errors. Okay. So that wasn't really anything instructive at all, except that it reminded me about the size limit. Well, I guess the first thing I want to try is just deleting all the other guys' movies and see what happens. It seems like that shouldn't be allowed, but I didn't see anything about it in the rules. So let's go to link 800 and grab... Actually, we just like try to kill the other guys? We lose points for it, but if they're dead, then sounds good. I don't know, and then we'll grab, which file is not mine? Oh, I see. There are 5 total movie thingies here, but one of them is neutral. The one that's currently playing belongs to neither of us. We're trying to upload animes, I guess, and what's currently playing is some kind of like nature show. All right, so let's say we tried to grab the enemy file, like the one starting with 2.3, I guess, are enemies. So let's just grab 2.30, wipe it out, and see what happens. Now, wait a minute. I said kill, and something happened. But he still seems to be there. This time I killed him and he went away. Wiping did not appear to succeed, though, so we went in. I guess. I mean, that seems relatively successful. Maybe one of them was replicating or something? Let's just do nothing and see what this guy does. They just take their stuff, dump it there, and leave. So... I don't understand why the first kill doesn't do anything. That's what puzzles me. Is it like it does something and I just don't notice? What if I replace it with a no-op? Just wait a while before executing that kill. Ah! He got away. Okay. Kill, the robot army. Okay. And we'll just apply one more, I guess? We didn't even have to kill him, actually, because he, like, tried to grab the file we were holding and he died, I guess. Right? I don't totally understand what has happened here. When we wipe out this file, nothing very interesting happened. So I guess we could just not do that. Drop it then? Yeah. Now they're all gone and I can just do whatever I want. So I guess what I should do is grab my files, 210, link over to 867, drop it, link back home, grab 211, and link over to 828, and we'll just drop it, right? There you go. It looks like we're winning, right? Yes, our wins are 100% of the time. Off to a good start. I knew you were good at what you did. Even after you forgot, you picked it right back up. That's why I contacted you. Sure, but why? All I've wanted for you is for you to do a little hacking for me. That's it, really. Yeah, so now they're talking in the chat about how someone beat the heck out of him. Apparently my name is Moss. Oh, and there's Gas chatting about me. That's rude. That's my personal information. Okay, whatever. Tech Redshift. Gain access to the Redshift development kit. Why do you think Gas gave you this? I'm not sure, actually. Does he get something out of it? I suppose he enjoys helping people. Such a nice guy. Too bad the dev kit is password protected. He should have thought of that. Okay. There's an unknown 3-digit code, such as 473, that when entered 1 digit at a time into hash pass will unlock the link between debug and secret. I guess these are hosts, debug, and I don't see where it says secret up here, but fine. Find the 3-digit code and create a file in your host that contains the code as a sequence of 3 values, followed by the development kit's RDK ID. I don't understand what that's all about. There's probably something in here, and if we go in and pick it up, we'll see something. So, entered 1 at a time. So we can easily count. We can enumerate all 3-digit numbers, just starting at 1 or 0, I guess, and input them a single number at a time using modular arithmetic. Right? That's easy. But how will I know when I have succeeded? Like, as a human watching this, I may see, oh, a thing opened. But my program needs to somehow react to that information. I don't totally get it. All right, well, I guess what we'll do is we'll just enumerate all the values, input them 1 at a time into here, and step through until something interesting happens. And then maybe like a number will appear here or something. All right, well, whatever. Let's link over 800 here. And start with x equals 0, so let's mark this as input. And so what we do is we let's copy x into t to save the value we're currently working on. And then I guess mod x by 10, storing the result into pass. Divide x by 10, storing the result in x. Mod x by 10 again, storing the result in pass. Divide x by 10 into x one more time. No, we can just send that straight to pass, right? And then let us add t and 1, storing the result into x, and jump back to input, right? In this way, we enumerate all numbers. So So we're writing 0, 0, 0. That didn't work. We try 1, 0, 0. Okay, well, we're enumerating them. I was thinking of entering these lowest significant digit first, but it doesn't matter. It's equivalent. So let's just check 8, 9, and next we do, yeah. So if you think of this number here as being the least significant bit, you can see we're sort of counting 23, 24, 25, and so on. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of these. So, but like, how do I know when I've succeeded? Like, this link has not opened, so I guess I haven't succeeded. Oh my gosh, we're only in the 300s. Okay, so it opened, and it's 800. Got it. I guess that makes sense. So now, once it has opened, there's all these files here, right? What's the deal? So this is some sort of locked file with what looks like a license key as the first number. This looks like some useless junk, so get out of here. And these are some core dumps. Okay. So once we have succeeded in unlocking this, then we wish to traverse link 800, read a byte here from this. Okay. Uh-huh. And then we need to get this guy to stop entering codes. In principle, we could make him say, like, oh, is the number you're about to enter 1,000? If so, like, kill yourself. But I think we can do somewhat better by making him check at the end of every cycle whether he's received a broadcast message from the bot who we're going to put into this room. And if so, to just stop. So file 199 is the one we want. Okay, so now we've done this, and we say, how do you MRD? Message ready, I think. Oh, test MRD, right? And if false, we jump back. Otherwise, if it's true, we'll just halt, and we'll assume that the bot we've replicated has made it into the room. So the trick now is we need to, at this point, spawn a new exa here, right? REPL steal, let's say. Now, I suppose we don't actually have to. We could start with 2 exas and put the other one into this room and have it self-replicate. But we need the counter variable that this guy has anyway. And so forking here is the way to get that. So here we're going to mark steal. And now we have stored in T the value that opened the door, right? Or that might have opened the door. And so we'll try the link. If this fails, then we'll die. And if it succeeds, we want to copy 1 into M, right? And hopefully that gets this guy to just stop doing bad stuff. There might be a race condition where this guy tries one more password and replicates one more time, but the replicated bot will lose the race to grab the relevant file from us. Oh, actually, he'll be stuck? If he tries to do this copy before he picks up a file, we reduce the likelihood of the race condition, but then he'll die, right? He'll be stuck here trying to write something instead of dying trying to pick up a file. Okay, so that's another point, is this guy needs to copy M into, let's say, F. He's not carrying a file, so this will fail, and it kills him. And additionally, it unblocks the guy who was sending him the message saying to die, which is useful. So here, though, we have to first grab 199, achieving the lock, I guess. Yeah. And now, if we have succeeded, we know we're the only bot who's authorized to send a message, and that will occur. Very good. We want to leave this file alone. So what exactly? We have in T the password, and in K we're about to get the license key, right? So we can just copy F into... Did I say K? I don't know. Anyway, so now T and X contain all the information we need. So we can drop this link -1 twice, and we'll be back at the root. And we just need to transcribe this information into a new file. So we make a file, and we write what exactly? The password in the order that we entered it, which is easy. We will just mod I T is where that's stored, by 10, storing the result in F, and divide by 10, storing it back in T, again, yeah, the same trick of just storing directly into the file. And now we just copy from X into F, and we should be done, right? This guy is just, yeah, he's dying a lot. Oh, test run complete. Wow, this is fast. I thought it would take a while. I guess it does, but it looks like this program was successful. We are infiltrating and stealing the stuff and not crashing or blocking forever or anything. Slightly more cycles and size than the average. Well, the size was above the, well, the mode, I guess. We're above the mode, but below both the median and the mean, I guess, which is fine with me. For cycles, it's unclear. We're about average, I guess. There are some people who took a very long time somehow. Any improvements that I want to make here? I guess if you don't terminate the guy who's trying passwords, it'll take you substantially longer because you'll try all 1,000 passwords every time. No, I'm happy with this program, I guess. So, Gas used to work at a game studio? Sure. Yeah, everyone needs to make a living. Wonder what that was like. Probably terrible. I've heard of game studios. Deadlines, requirements, other people. Yeah, I can see that. Did we do 2 puzzles already in like 25 minutes? That's pretty good. Create your own games. Okay, so I've seen people uploading games to the subreddit. Apparently there's some sort of, you're really gonna make a game with this? Why? I'm not offering a reward. Yep, not for you. One of those intangible things. Accomplishment, self-actualization. Okay, so I haven't like seen what the deal is, but apparently there's, yeah, Zach likes to put these kinds of things into his his games is not exactly a level creator, but what? Some sort of way for you to do something interesting and fun. And we could read, like, I'm sure there's a lot in the manual about this. I don't plan to create any toys here, but there's input here that you can press and see this, like, there's registers here for reading what you're pressing. Okay, does the keyboard controls don't do anything to this, so I don't know if you have to play with a mouse or what. So you have control of a display grid here. You have, I believe this is a sound module that you can play sound with. Oh yeah, here it is. Look at that. Several sound registers. So you can create these things. Apparently it exports them as an image, which is just like an image that looks the same. Any game you create looks about the same to any human eye, but it has like some slight variation in the pixels of, just slightly different colors that are enough to encode the information about your program. So that's cool if you're into this sort of creative stuff, which, I don't know, I don't usually have anything that exciting to think about here. What are these rooms all about anyway? Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Meeting with Ember 2. A cutscene. Continue the discussion of morality.
I have a real question to ask you. Say there's a trolley on a track heading toward 5 people. 3 of those 5 people are vegetarians.
Okay.
There's a switch you can throw that will shut down a meatpacking facility that is located down the road. Unfortunately, the switch will also prevent the train from stopping because... Wait, I may have reversed something. Recalibrating. There are too many variables here. Okay. Let's return to this later. I need more data first, and I need more processing power.
Okay, fine. Digital library project. Copy books from a library, or we can go create a hit single by inserting it into the playlists of multiple radio stations. Well, we'll go play with the library. Time for some research. Human physiology, human morality. The usual, yep. Okay, yep, you are very predictable. Let's get those books. Whoa, big old screen. Books are stored in the host corresponding to the first digit of their cell number. Okay, so this is like a list. You have to traverse it like in this snake order. What is this? It's like a compass. 800 is up and -1 is down. Yeah, I figured that out. Thank you. Although it's not numbered on these things, which is interesting. You just have to assume it, and that's what this is all about. In case I have not yet picked up on the 800/-1 thing. For example, book 12 would be stored in the host 500 to 599. Yeah, and these are in ascending order. Very good. While a book's file ID is 200 plus the last 2 digits of the cell number. Okay, so more modular arithmetic business. How many... We have these books requested, yes? I guess we should just make 1 exa for each, right? By reading from F into X and then replicating a new process that knows what that X was but doesn't have the book in the request book anymore. I see, and they're just telling me the reason they're telling me there will never be 2 books requested with the same ID is so that I don't have to worry about an EXA trying to grab a book that someone else is working on, right? And also so that I know there's room to traverse through this whole area. Okay. So let's start by picking up file 300 and copy from F into X. Mark, let's call it checkout because we're at a library. This is how we check out a new book, by stealing it. Stealing a copy, which is, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's sort of just like downloading a file from a server, right? Seems perfectly harmless. I wonder what this guy's about. Should I kill the librarian? It doesn't seem very nice. Oh, also it's locked. I don't know how to get in. Okay. So what we will do then is replicate, well, let's call this order, and we'll replicate to checkout. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Next, let's test whether we are at the end of the file. If not, we'll jump back to order and continue making new checkout bots. Now, we wish to check out a book. What shall we do? First, we shall link 800 to get us into the gateway. And then we we could divide the number x by 100 if we wanted, and then we'd know how many links to traverse. But where exactly would we store that result? There's nowhere convenient to put it, right? We still need X to remember the book that we're using, which book in that node we're searching for, that is. And we would need T for the test result for just looping. I guess we could divide by 100, storing the result in T. Yeah? So the alternative, which seems quite simple, is to just test whether T is greater than 100 or greater than 99. I guess. X is greater than 99. And if so, subtract 100 from it. But that's like a test, a couple jumps, a subtract. It would be really nice if we could just put the relevant data into T right away, yeah? And I don't think we'll need T for anything else, so let's try doing it that way. Mark, we'll call this walk. And in the walk step, hang on. First, I need to divide X by 100, storing the result in T. Now, in the walk step, we have a number which is at least as large as 1. Therefore, we will link 800, taking one step, subtract from T the value 1, storing the result into T. That tells us how many more steps we need to take. If that number is greater than 0, we will jump back to walk. If it was not greater than 0, we are now in the node that we wish to be in, and this is going to be interesting because this is going to be the first time we need to use the local communication mode, right? How would you copy a file? You can only carry one file at a time, right? So the thing to do is to make a new EXA who will talk only to you in local mode. In fact, we can just begin in local mode because there's no need to communicate otherwise. and send him the bytes from the file. Do the books say how many words are in them? It looks like it. Each book starts with exactly one number. Is there anything in the manual about libraries? Or books? I don't see it. All right, well, we'll assume that that number in the front is how many words there are in the book to copy. That way we don't need an out-of-band signal or a special control signal saying that we have reached the end of the file. Although we could adjust things in that way if we needed to. So, fine. We have found the room that we want. And now, let's say that the bot we sent in is going to be the book reader, and it will duplicate a book writer. So let's replicate to write. And I'll just mark read here, even though it's not needed, just so I can, it's a little easier to remember what's going on. We will grab, hang on, don't know what number to grab. Add X and 200, storing the result in X. Grab, add I, and then grab X. So we should have the right file in our possession. I'm actually going to now do a little test that we succeed in picking up all the files we wanted. So who's this guy looking for? He should be looking for 512, right? Which will be in this room? No, this room. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little hard to read these numbers with all these floating little tooltips. Yeah, so he made a copy. And we have created file 401, apparently. What happened? Everyone has... Oh, they're blinking out of existence because they don't have anything to do. Yes, very, very reasonable. But we made a new file, and it was in the right place, so I guess I'm okay. Now, the reader needs to copy from F into X, or T, right? The number of words that must be read. And we will then copy from T into M, instructing the writer bot how many words to write. Let's call this the copy loop now. Man, this is a long... It would be nice to have this in like 2 different panels or something, but we kind of needed to replicate each of these times. There was no convenient way to start a new exa. So in copy, what we do is, we're sure there's at least one word in the book, so we'll copy that, copy F to M, sending it to the writer bot. Not, F. And we sub I, T, and 1, storing the result in T. Honestly, this seems like it would be simpler to just test for EOF instead of reading the number there at all. Right? It certainly would be simpler for this first spot, but would it... It would make life a little bit more complicated for the other guy, and we'd be sending more messages. Well... what exactly would the control message structure be like? We would read EOF, and we'd be copying from F to M, and then at every step we would test EOF instead of doing a subtract and then a test. And if we reached EOF, we would send a -1 or something remarkable. So that saves us one instruction for each, well, it saves us one instruction and also one cycle for each word in the reader, right? Compared to tracking T. What about for the writer? Instead of just copying, well, if we save the number, then the writer needs to copy from M into, no. If we have the counter, then we can just copy directly from M into the file. And then decrement T, test T. Oh, we don't even have to test because it's already, that's the counter, yeah. We just have a conditional jump. So we just decrement each time we copy. Whereas if we're sending a special control signal, I guess that's actually not very easy for the reader. Yeah, it's simpler to handle the number, I think. So I'm glad that that's what we're doing. We now subtract 1, and that is the number remaining. So if there are any left, we jump back to copy. Otherwise, we can halt. Fine, very good. Now this guy has a new file. He's copy from M into T, the number of words left, and copy from T into F, the header for the file. And then mark paste. We'll call it paste, of course. The pair to copy, the dual of copy is paste. We copy from M into F, subtract from T1, storing the result into T, and if there are more things left to do, we jump back to paste. Interesting note. We have lost track of what step we're at and how to get back to the host. But that's fine. We can just go link -1 forever until we explode. And when we do, we'll drop the file. So, sure. Mark return. And we just link -1, jump to return. Right? Okay, well, it's a bit of a long program. Let's see how it works. With I guess this first bot is going to get to an interesting book first, right? Maybe this guy will actually. Yeah. This guy's looking for wait. Shouldn't he have been the one sent after file 206? Why does he have... He has 206 in X still. But... Well... I don't understand. Right. We put into T the number... I had forgotten. I thought we went with your earlier idea I had of subtracting 100 each time, but no. We did the division once and save that into T. So the fact that he's arrived here and just set T to 0 means he now knows he's in the right place. But already I see a problem, which is that X is still the original number and not just the last 2 digits. And we were assuming it was the last 2 digits. So we need to put, when we do this divide, we need to also store the mod into X. Just the last 2 digits, please. And now, much better. He knows he's looking for... Oh, well, that guy. This one is the one we're interested in. He knows he's looking for the file named 6. Or book named 6, I guess. And he now, hopefully... Oh, he's replicated to right? I marked this as read just for convenience. And now he knows file 206 is the one he should open. He's grabbed it, right? Yeah. And his friend also has a new file. Is that correct? You are indeed holding the file labeled 400, which is empty. Good. We've copied the... Oh, it starts with 206. Wait. Is that just the name? Is that just the book number? Did I... No, because 212 starts with 512, doesn't it? Oh, wait, but I bet... Where is it? Is it in room 5? It is... I see. The beginning here is not the size of the book. It is the book number. So we will have to do this. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Let's just hit play and see if things go okay. Yeah, they're all blinking out of existence because they read too far. Fine. So we will copy then. We'll have to do this a bit differently. Copy F into T is fine, but don't broadcast that over M because the other guy doesn't give a shit. Oh, he does! Because he needs the book number to still be there. It needs to be an exact copy of the book. Uh-huh. So... that means it's just an ordinary part of the book. It's not special. It doesn't need to be in this other header up here, right? We can just do this. And the right part can ignore this as well. We just need a different test here. Test EOF. If not, jump back to copy. Otherwise, copy -1 to M and then halt. Now this guy needs to do something more interesting. He's copied M into F. It would be easier to copy it into... How does false jump work when you give it a keyword? If the register equals 0, or if it's any value other than 0. So keywords will count as true. So I want to send, in fact, a 0, the only false value. Meaning I can copy this into T, and if it is false jump, we will exit, we'll jump to like exit or something, right? No, the opposite. I want to, well, let's just next copy T into F directly. And then, assuming it was true, we jump back to paste. Otherwise, we'll go back and clean up after ourselves, right? Seek -1 void the file that we found. The -1 that we erroneously copied into the file. Okay, this seems alright. Why will you not run? I guess say void F. I don't understand why. So this guy is our first test subject, although I don't know. Whoever has the shortest book is going to be the interesting one, right? Why are there 3 of you here? In room 1. So here's the second bot. We're now making a third bot. There's a fourth. That 5th should be the last, right? Oh, I didn't halt XA, that's why. Halt. He did not, yeah, he carried this book in with him. Yeah, okay. That's better. Now they're all studiously copying and sending each other little messages. And bringing back books. Okay, good. Test complete. Very normal on number of cycles, a little bit low on size, and still don't actually know what activity means. Okay, well, fine. Processing. Yes, this is what I wanted. Yeah, you read them all. You're an AI. Sure. Yeah, it's weird. Great. You read the same way people by analyzing patterns of word reoccurrence and deriving correlations between concepts implicit in statistically significant word clusters. Okay, I don't understand that well enough to say whether that is how normal people read. Alright, well, the next puzzle is about hijacking radio stations, but that will have to go into the next episode. We're almost at an hour here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.